Let me get us to the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everyone please remain standing as we have a moment of silence for veterans, past and present. Thank you. Amen. Clerk, will you please read the roll?
Malta.
Here.
Rocky. Shrader. Column.
Here.
Brewer.
Here.
Bennett.
Here.
Keeler.
Here.
Brzezinski.
Here.
Bick.
Here.
Swartz.
Here.
Beach.
Here.
Ackerman.
Here.
Donley.
Here.
Campion.
Here.
Hale.
Here.
Conover.
Here.
Weekly.
Here.
17.
All right, well, according to our Rule 8, are there any objections or corrections to the minutes of October 23rd, 2024? Reading in full of claims disallowed by auditors and presented by audit by legislators.
Nothing on the desk.
Okay, we're now gonna have a comment period by residents. I'm gonna ask you to hold your comments to 5 minutes apiece with a total period of 30 minutes. All right, next we have Ed View from Mohawk, and his subject would be the main site. I do want to repeat for the legislators that there will be no comments made by legislators. We're just here to listen, guys. So, how you doing, Ed?
Wonderful. Life's a beach and I'm a lifeguard. What I come to talk about tonight is, you're all familiar with what's going on with Herkimer County Humane Society. I've been with the Herkimer County Humane Society for 22 years almost. I've been thrown on the bus many times. I've been the president of the Humane Society. I've been thrown under the bus probably 4 or 5 times. I've quit because people crucified me, and we're being thrown under the bus again by a bunch of people. And this board, which consists of 7 or 8 wonderful, dedicated people that work tirelessly to make that shelter a better place every day. And when people come out from underneath like cockroaches and intimidate us, it's up to these people in this room to change that complexion. Because our society as a whole has turned to a bunch of mean people. And when people come in and start threatening us, it's time to do something about it. I don't know whether it's party things or what it is, but I'm telling you, I'm getting sick and tired, and I'm 79 years old almost, and this bull crap has got to stop. Because, like I say, I've been thrown under the bus many a times, but nothing like these people. And unless something was done, order of protection, or whatever you want to call it, against these people, and stop this intimidation and this scum, which they call Facebook, it's got to be stopped. And it's up to these people in this room, and it's up to the state police and the local police to stop this garbage. And until we stop this garbage all over, not just the Humane Society, but all over the state, it's got to change. Because taking good people and slapping them in the face, you're not going to get good people to do anything anymore. It's all going to be people that don't want things happening. They want to make trouble. They want to make Facebook. And a lot of them are just spineless. I don't like spineless people. As you know, I've been in and confronted you before, and I give you hell, and I thank you. But right now, I'm telling you guys, and I'm telling the police, and anybody that's involved, to stand up to what's going on. And I respect everybody in here, and I expect them to respect me. And I am not going to take anybody's crap no more. I'm 79, and I could care less what I say or do. I'm going to make that shelter what it should be, and I'm devoted to those cats and dogs. I could care less about those people that are out there spreading idle crap. So you people, and the state police, and the local police, have got to make things happen. The BS has got to stop, and the action's got to start. That's all I want to say. And thank you for your time, and God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Ed. All right, next on the list from Millie, we have Laura Moore, subject to the Humane Society. Come on up, Laura.
I'm not a public speaker, but I'm gonna do my best.
I'm sure you'll do
I
fine.
speak from the heart, and I know how it's gonna come out. My apologies. Hi, I'm Laura Moore. To tell you a little bit about myself, I have worked in an ARC as a therapist for 28 years. I've spent the majority of my life being an advocate for people with disabilities, TBIs, and such. It's a passion of mine. I think I was born to be an advocate. So in 2020, when I came to the shelter and started volunteering there, it took over, right? The advocate side of me, and I'm in love with the place. I spend every time that I'm not at work at the shelter. That's my husband. And it means a lot to me. When I first joined the board was maybe several months after I started volunteering. I joined the board and I heard some rumors about the board members, and I heard this one's not nice, and this one's all about money, and this one's all about power. And I spent my first year on the board being a little brat because I kind of believed it all. And despite that, I was welcomed in and treated with kindness until I found out who the true board was. And I am honored to serve on the board with each one of the members, with Bob as president. It's an honor to serve with him. He is the part that keeps us cohesive. He keeps us all together. Sometimes my passions go a little wild and I want to spend $20,000 on something. I need to be simmer down a bit.
So the county gives them
And
$38,000.
I am also the foster for Tucker. Tucker came on August 26th.
right.
I often foster medical needs dogs because it's a struggle for me to watch them down there. And I know that I can bring them in and give them the comforts of home until they get there. So Tucker was there about a week before I had a place open up in my home. And I brought him home because he was struggling getting up. He's very arthritic. He was a bit overweight as well. And he had surgeries upcoming, and I wanted to make sure he was able to heal in a clean environment. So I brought him home. His first appointment, when he went down for surgery, I anxiously waited to hear how it went. And I got the phone call that they didn't think they could do the surgery. They thought maybe he should just be a hospice case because he had mast cell tumors all over his body. He had had some removed in the past, and one was actively bleeding on his side hip at the time, and she wasn't sure it was fair to the animal, fair to Tucker to put him through all of these surgeries. And I went home and I sobbed and decided to try someplace else. But they called back and they did just change their course, and they decided to do surgery. They took off a couple tumors. We had them staged so that we would be able to tell the new adopters what they were getting into, like what type of cancer it was, how long they would have with the dog. I'm sorry, I'm boring, I'm probably rambling. So they did the surgery. They took off two small areas, and he had low-grade cancer. At that time, the tumor on his back leg ruptured, and he was actively bleeding in my house for a week and a half. I took blankets home from the shelter. I spread them all over my home. I had them on my beds, on my sofa, and I was scared to go to work because I was afraid it would rupture while I was at work, while we waited for the surgery. I'm not sure, I wasn't sure. This is the most medical case that I've had. I was not sure I was gonna come home from work and he wasn't gonna have ruptured and bled to death. That being said, there's been a lot of things that Tucker just had fatty tumors and it wasn't that bad, and I'm not sure that dog would have survived much more had he not been in my home. And the care and attention and time that I put into getting him well, I feel I'm being persecuted for that and targeted, and I'm scared in my own home. He was adopted out to this beautiful family. They had another 10-year-old dog, and he was doing well, but they called me and said, the gentleman said, my wife is home alone when I go to work. I'm scared for her safety. We've had phone calls. I have to return him. But what I'm here basically to say is We don't deserve this. Bob doesn't deserve this. None of the board members deserve this. And it's an honor to serve on the board, and I will continue to do so.
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Brzezinski. Beck. Schwartz. Beach. Ackerman. Donley.
Yes.
Campion. Hale. Conover.
Yes.
17.
And right now is a good time to put our county attorney Lorraine on the spot. Students, you probably noticed that some of these votes go to a voice, some go to a roll, and our county attorney Lorraine is gonna be glad to explain to you the reasoning why.
Okay, so
That's what I
every
was after.
legislature has a set of rules. So as future politicians in Herkimer County,